If you want a free trial at The Athletic and not 20%, not 30%, not 40%, but 50% off your subscription, head over to theathletic.com/thinkingbasketball. They have some of the game's best writers, including Sam Amick, former VP of basketball operations for the Grizzlies, John Hollinger, and many more. If you don't know The Athletic, it's ad-free. You can customize your feed in the app and help support this channel by signing up at theathletic.com/thinkingbasketball for your free trial today.
Champ, let me ask you about tonight. How do you and your hardball cages from Lakerland plan to put the lid on Luka Doncic and his razzmatazz hop skiddly doo?
Okay, with 2 weeks in the books, here are 5 thoughts. Thought number 1, Luka Doncic's MVP level. Luka already has an MVP trophy from the EuroLeague, and months before his 21st birthday, he's demonstrated a legitimate MVP level of play. It's been only 2 weeks, but Luka is second in the league in my offensive box plus minus model and has improved in nearly every metric across the board. His step back is starting to click, and when opponents have to worry about that shot, hesitation opens up his driving game, and he's a touch more athletic this year when approaching the hoop. With a year under his belt, Luka's more under control now, reading plays in advance like a quarterback. When he turns the corner here, a second defender collapses, and with 2 baseline defenders in his periphery, Luka knows there's an open man up top. Lillard doesn't get inside Porzingis, and it's a gorgeous adjustment on the fly from Doncic. As I discussed in his rookie profile last year, Luka's incredibly crafty, and this makes him extremely dangerous when he's in the lane. Doncic is killing teams in this 2-on-1 action, but his play didn't pop off the screen after the first few games per se, and after a sluggish 5 assist, 4 turnover night in Denver, I didn't expect a breakout against a strong Laker defense last Friday. But Luka brought that raz-scaz skippity-doo and finished with 31 points, 15 assists, and 13 boards, and it was a big third quarter that caught my attention. After being hounded by Bradley in the first half, Luka started the third by sealing him on his back, which is dangerous for this defender, but LeBron reacted well and made a great play on the lob. A few plays later, Luka used his change of pace to cross Danny Green, then snapped off a grandmaster pass, but Anthony Davis rotated early and the Lakers are huge in the paint. On the next trip, things get real fun. Dallas typically sends this guard off of staggered screens, and as a second option, the screener will curl up here for a catch and shoot, but Davis anticipates this and Porzingis backdoors him too, and Luka sees the counter the whole way. A minute later, he catches Bradley going under this screen, and so he quickly pops a 3, and then it's an ambush as Hardaway slips the screen and Doncic zings it for a layup. But then Luka hits another gear. This is the same methodical seal off a screen we saw earlier, only Bradley recovers this time, and with Howard recovering to the roll man, a locked-in LeBron James realizes Luka probably wants to hit the corner shooter, only Luka's a step ahead in basketball Rochambeau and fires it right over Howard's head to the spot James just vacated.
His razzmatazz hop skiddly doo.
Then it's back to scoring, flashing the old step back over the long arm of Anthony Davis for 3. Later in the quarter, he leaves Caruso in the dust with this move, only a whistle stops the advantage, so on the reset, Luka comes back and hits KCP with the same stuff,
his razzmatazz hop skiddly doo,
and it's a layup. Always a step ahead, Doncic runs a spread pick and roll next time down, and since he just lobbed up the roll man a minute ago, he anticipates Green leaning toward the paint and shoots this fastball to the corner for a wide open 3. This is like Tom Brady reading defenses before the snap. And in this case, when Dallas runs their standard action, Luka knows right now that his defender is clearing out, and he can throw the old 30-foot one-handed lob to where only his man can get it. Phew, my heart. I'm not saying he'll be in the running for MVP at the end of this season, but that was an MVP level quarter, and Luka flashing that level of play so soon is a promising sign for his ceiling going forward. Thought number 2, Markelle Fultz is a starting point guard. Fultz has had one of the strangest basketball journeys in recent memory, and without a dangerous jumper, he'll never have star power, but the other parts of his game have shown promise this year, so much so that he might now be Orlando's starting point guard for the rest of the season. Fultz's size and athleticism have made him a defensive upgrade over DJ Augustine, and on offense, that herky-jerky style have allowed him to get in the lane and make the occasional play. He hits a jumper every once in a while, too. His entire floor game hasn't been great, but remember, Fultz is still just 21, and starting after the last few years is a great story for him. Thought number 3, the Suns have a calculating offense. Phoenix actually has a top 10 offensive efficiency right now, and while a huge amount of that is upgrading player personnel and Aaron Tippy-Toe Baines reining in threes, Monty Williams has coached them up well. It feels strange to talk about Phoenix this way, but the Suns have been disciplined and intelligent with how they attack this year. They're 16th in turnover percentage after ranking 29th last season, and this is not only the steadying effect of Ricky Rubio, but their ability to target mismatches. These are easy high percentage plays that Phoenix exploits really well, helping lesser skilled players like Baines and Frank Kaminsky rack up easy points when they're switched onto smalls. Their playbook has also expanded and has some goodies in it, courtesy of the wonderful channel Half-Court Hoops. Check out this nasty action where there's sort of a wedge screen for the screener, and it's creative sets like these that have the Suns playing competitively on offense this year. Thought number 4 is about Royce O'Neale's defense. The Jazz have one of the best defenses in the league, but it's not all just Rudy Gobert. O'Neale is starting at forward for a reason, and it's not because of his offensive game. Royce is built like a rock, so he can switch onto stronger players without being bullied. Notice how he's like a wall here for Devin Booker, but then he's quick enough to slide his feet and stay with them on the wing. He actually stays with perimeter players quite well. Here he handles a bunch of different screening angles to stick to Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi was just 9 for 26 in this game. He also does a beautiful job sliding with this handoff action. Royce has good hands and will make plays on defense. He does fairly well navigating screens too, and has enough size to help in the paint effectively. His off-ball breakdowns are a touch too frequent for me to call him all defensive level right now, but his performance on that end of the court has been strong enough to help Utah post a sub-100 defensive rating out of the gate. And thought number 5 is about Dwight Howard, and not just the hair. I thought the Lakers made a mistake signing Howard this year, and that has been catastrophically wrong so far. Howard's been even better than he was in the preseason, and he looks like he's impersonating a taller Dennis Rodman at times, running around on defense and sliding his feet with wing players, snagging rebounds, and doing only what is asked of him. Occasionally he needs to throw a pass to LeBron and see if he can find Davis on a lob, but otherwise Howard just defends, rebounds, and dunks. This seems crazy to say about a 3-time Defensive Player of the Year who hasn't made an all-league team in 8 seasons, but Howard is smashing his career high in block percentage right now. His offensive rebounding percentage is the second highest it's been since 2009, and he's among the early leaders in loose ball fouls drawn, which comes from his relentless pressure on the offensive glass. Dwight has basically gone full Tyson Chandler, leading the league in field goal percentage at 79% because he either finishes as a roll man or follows up offensive rebounds. Dwight's presence gives the Lakers additional size and grit on the interior, making them a formidable defensive team right now that ranks first in defensive efficiency, and it's a remarkable shift to watch from someone almost 34 years old, who most of us, myself included, considered washed up after 15 NBA seasons. Thanks so much for watching. Once again, check out that free month of The Athletic at theathletic.com/thinkingbasketball, links below. You can also get the rest of November free at patreon.com/thinkingbasketball. If you are a new subscriber there, you'll get access to insider articles, this season's live proprietary stats, and much more. Check that out if you're interested. Hope you like this one, and as always, you are having a razzmatazz hop skippity doo day.
I don't know if we can stop the rash gas kicking and do.